are live, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. Random talks, nearly noon here, afternoon for other people in parts of the rest of the world. Let's talk about some boxing. Where we at? I'll let the chat load. I'm in grind. I'm in that grind mode. Uh-oh. So what's going on with you guys? We got early morning talks. We got Bill Haney, Devin Haney split, right? DJ Anton, what's up, brother? From South Wales in the house. Roy Jones Jr. in the building. Y'all must have forgot what's going on, OG. Keep grinding. Absolutely. I can't stop him like that song. I can't stop. But yeah, we have a lot of things that's going on. You know, you guys, I don't know if you've seen the video with Tyson Fury saying that he can punch harder than Anthony Joshua. Yo, you know, the competition is definitely alive and well. Skrilla 50, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you and it's peace. But yeah, man, we have Joshua talking, Tyson talking, Bill Haney and Devin Haney walking away. What else do we have? In the sport of boxing, Mr. Just enjoying another beautiful day in Austin ATX, baby. You know? What do you guys think about Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua? Tyson Fury's punching power. You know? And Tyson Fury, I'll say this. This is my counterpunch. Because I didn't say this, you know, in the actual video. Tyson Fury must have some type of confidence if he's all of a sudden comparing his punching power to power punches. Everyday talking, but everyone keep walking around one another. To a certain degree, that's true. Tyson is spot on with some of the stuff he says, but he's talking crazy about punching harder than AJ. Well, you know, look, if this was a situation where we were at a bar and they had a damn speed bag and who can hit the speed bag with higher velocity and punching power, that would be one thing. Okay, if it was like a hit me, I hit you, hit me, I hit you kind of situation, that would be another thing. But it's many factors that deal other than punching hard. I'm pretty sure all the heavyweights punch hard in a heavyweight division. Fury is more powerful, but AJ has better impact. Interesting. Don King is 89 and still promoting low-grade fighters. Just retired. He don't know how to retire because, like he said, it only in America. It's all about the money, baby. It's all about the money. My honey ain't stopped. It's just slow flowing, baby. Now you see Bob Arum. His money may be thick, but it's gonna go short real quick. Oh man. It should happen, but there will always be something in the way. Being punched by any heavyweight hurts, but AJ has more punching power than Fury. Well, we've seen it happen more. You know, see, Tyson Fury is basing everything off one fight with one fighter. You know what I mean? Summit Galati with 100. Great job on Ask Our interview yesterday. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. It was a good interview. You know what I mean? It was a lot of dialogue, a lot of back and forth. I could appreciate that. You know, because I like anybody and I respect everyone's opinion, especially when they base it off something. Don King is a disgrace to boxing. Jim Elliott in this piece with that counterpunch. Yo, Kurt, how's it going, brother? Respect from Northern England. Metal Box Jay with that wrench. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Let's smash that like button too. I mean, Fury is 19 and a half stones. That's not by coincidence. I think under all the flab is pure muscle. He would look like AJ if he didn't drink Coca-Cola. Look, I don't think Tyson Fury will ever look like AJ. Not saying that Tyson Fury can't look better than he looks now. But it's just genetics, baby. That's all that is. That's genetics. Tyson Fury's just a bad built guy. He's always gonna have love handles and all that shit, you know, unless he does a total life change. Now, a total life change may consist of him putting down the Coca-Cola or the Diet Coke or whatever the hell he drinks. Because I know it's one of those high fructose corn syrup type drinks, right? Young Hollywood, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you back, sir. Ask Wilder about that power on that jab Fury brought in the second fight. Yeah, he really popped him in the face with that jab. Knocking out the hardest hitting fighter doesn't automatically make you a hard hitter. You can hit hard but not take hard shots yourself. Counterpunch to you, ask Ernie Shavers and Muhammad Ali. Ernie Shavers fought Muhammad Ali. Did he land those massive big ass punches that he's known for? No. He's just a hard puncher. And like I tell people, before people say, oh, you a hater of Wilder. Like, dude, just because you punch hard don't mean anything. You got to land. You got to knock those people out that you say you couldn't. But the good thing about Wilder is, though, if he hits you, there's a good chance you're going out. And it doesn't really matter who you are because, you know, if that punch has your name on it, you're going to eat it, right? Liam Williams will be no pushover for Andrade. You guys won't be familiar with him, but he's no dummy. Okay? Mike Tyson should put one on Don King. You know what I think? I think he knocked Don King out one time. He did something to Don King. I forget what it was. Boxing ain't all about power. That's true. That's true. Who you got for Super Bowl, Buccaneers or Chiefs? Chiefs! I mean, my dad's from Kansas City. The other one. Why is Fury highly praised for beating a one-armed fighter with no defense? I couldn't tell you that. And I couldn't get an answer out of people that I asked. You know what I mean? See, the whole idea, people need to change their narratives if you're going to put Fury on an absolute top pedestal, right? With absolutely positively no resistance or no subjection. You need to change your narrative about Wilder. Okay? If Tyson Fury is that great man like people say he is, that means that Deontay Wilder had to be some damn highly important guy himself. So they need to change the narrative. You can't piss on Wilder and then claim, well, Fury's the shit. That ain't gonna happen. Why would you do that? I don't know what's happening next with Ortiz. I haven't heard from him in a while. That's a very good question. And you know what would be cool though? We haven't really looked at. What if Ortiz fought Charles Martin? You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of fights that people don't look up and look at where clever matchmakers could put those together. You got two southpaws, one former champion, one heavyweight contender, right? That could happen. When people say talk is cheap and Fury is nervous, I say talk shows how confident Fury is. Confident Fury is. Perfect example is Muhammad Ali. He is the king of talk. Did people say his talk was cheap then? Yeah, they did. But I mean, of course, it's easier to see all laid out on the table versus someone still in writing mode in their legacy, in their book of legacy. And that's what Tyson Fury's doing right now. So yeah, we're going to have that just because we don't know, and there's a level of uncertainty just due to the fact that nothing happened yet. Ruiz said that he would be back in the ring early this year. Is there any news on that? Yeah, he's going to fight a tuna can. I don't know who the tuna can is going to be, but he's going to fight a tuna can. Let's do it. But I want to see AJ and Lennox talking. Lennox could teach him a lot if he's looking to learn. DJ Anton, I actually believe that. I do believe that. I think if Lennox Lewis and Anthony Joshua let bygones be bygones and just to say, hey man, I want to train you. But look, personally, I think it's a personal disconnect there. You know what I mean? So I don't see that happening. But you're right. I think Joshua would learn a lot from someone like Lennox Lewis. Wilder is a fighter that had 10 successful defenses against the grandfather of a bunch of plumbers and painters, and Fury off of a long layoff. Okay, so what do we have really? Okay, Skrilla 50. What do we really have then? We got Fury that ain't been fighting, and Wilder ain't fought nobody. So what do we really have? You see what I'm saying? You got a lot of people. Wilder has to look. He has to prove himself. Start beating high opportunity, opponents, high level opponents. Fury, he has to do something because he has to make up for the 3 years. And you don't beat one credible guy that ain't beat no one really credible besides one guy and call yourself the king. You don't do that shit. Beat Joshua a couple times, then Ortiz, then White. He probably would never fight Parker. It's likely going to be a tune-up. Yeah. I mean, he should have a tune-up. I just did a video on Tyson Fury. I'm going to drop that, so I'm going to hold off on the conversation so I can plant that video to you guys, let you check it out. It was very interesting, though. Overrated fighters leeching off of AJ's name. Well, that's what you do. If you know you're the fighter that doesn't get the recognition, you talk about the fighter that does. That's marketing. That's it. And I think AJ can't take educated pressure in the ring. He lost to Ruiz when Ruiz was pressuring him in the ring. AJ may have ran out around Ruiz in the second fight, but he can't run from Fury. Well, it would be kind of hard running from somebody that big, tall, and fast. You're right about that shit. He's going to have to fight. It's going to be a good fight, though, because what's going to happen, the first initial person that gets hit hard enough, will probably be down. Why is Canelo currently looking unbeatable? Because Canelo, the first time in his life, he realized that he wasn't 154 pounds. He wasn't 155 pounds either. He was either a middleweight or a super middleweight. So that just goes back, if we go back on the history of Canelo Alvarez, it just showed you his ass didn't belong down there anyway. He was too big of a guy. See, look at Canelo now. Canelo don't look fat or bulky or too big. He looks the same size. He's what he is now. He's the regular size. He's fighting at his normal weight. The weight that's desired. You got to work with nature instead of against it. You got to go with what your body's telling you to do. If he was still fighting at 154, he wouldn't be that type of fighter that you see in the ring now, because he was fighting at the wrong weight class. I say that about Canelo Alvarez just like I say about Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis needs to be at least at 140. You see what I'm saying? But Canelo looks unbeatable because he's at the perfect weight for his movements and everything else. It all falls into place. Just watched the last night's video with NASCAR. Can't believe Wilder pulled the same trick as Klitschko. Excellent work, Kurt. Yeah, you know, look, that was all new to me. Just when you guys saw it, and I encourage people to take a look at that interview. It's kind of lengthy, but it was very informative. And yes, I will be on Coach Asgar to send me those videos. Send me those videos because I want to get down to the fact. I don't want to be about that guy that, oh, I think this happened based off what someone told me. No, I want to see it myself. But it did open a lot of things. You know, he was saying that, he was explaining that, like, yo, I taught Fury how to punch like that. He was training for that punch. The same punch that he hit Wilder with and dropped him. He was training for that punch. So that wasn't a punch that he just learned. He's been training for that punch. So did Asgar send you any of those? Well, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm waiting. Galati, that's what I'm waiting. I'm not going to forget about it. What is your view on Stavern versus Bryant for the WBA regular title? I think it's a smaller battle of champion. A smaller tier championship fight. You know, it's a Don King event, okay. You know, but it is what it is. You know, I don't really think too much about it. In terms of the general landscape of fighters, I don't really think that it would affect anything one way or the other. Okay, the videos have been sent. I don't get, matter of fact, I'm driving. Halim, appreciate you, brother. Bit Counterpunch. The videos have been sent, so I will look at the videos as soon as I can. I'm driving right now. So yes, the videos have been sent. So, you know, signed, sealed, and delivered about the videos. And Buster, appreciate you again, brother, once again. No doubt. Austin Valeen was able to rock Fury, but couldn't finish the job because he had no punching power or elite skill. If AJ hurts Fury, Fury will be in trouble. Well, here's the thing. I think this is what I believe. Probably the next 2 or 3 fights, every time Joshua had a killer instinct the last fight, but I think when he goes and hurts someone initially, I think he will always get flashbacks as a reminder of that possibly happening again. And I think he will be more attentive or aware of what possibly could happen to him when he goes on an attacking frenzy. Let me give you guys an example. Years ago, I used to drive hot shots, right? And I used to hot shot construction parts to like 1,000 miles away from where I stayed. So I drove from Louisiana to like North Carolina and then back. Okay. One of my first jobs, I was beside a truck and I had a load. Okay. Now, if anybody that knows anything about trucking, you do not want to fucking fishtail. And you got to give yourself, if you're going to turn, you have to give yourself enough room for your whole trailer to make that turn with your truck. My green, inexperienced ass, fresh out of diesel truck driving academy, right? Because I got a trade. My ass went and drove up like a little bit past the truck and then took a left. The trailer of stuff that I was hauling tore the whole front end off of this car, and it was devastating. It was fucked up. It was like, oh my God, what happened? Okay. To this day, that will always flash into my mind. Whenever I'm driving any vehicle or shuttle or bus or whatever I'm driving, if it's for a stunt or whatever, anytime I think of that, I'm going to remember that. It's in my subconscious. Okay? I think that mistake that Joshua made, fighting a shorter guy or fighting in a guy that gives him that, or fighting a guy with the same reach or the possibility or getting hit with that same shot, it's in his mind. That punch is in Joshua's mind. So if he does hit and hurt Tyson Fury, he has to be aware of what Tyson Fury is going to do. Tyson Fury is not going to bitch up and put his hands up like he did with Ruiz when he got badly hurt, or what Wilder does all the fucking time when that's his defense. He's not going to do that. Tyson Fury is going to fight. He's going to let those hands go. That's how he ended up hurting Wilder in the 12th round. That's how he fought himself back when he got dropped in the 9th round of their first fight. Okay, if you look at that fight again, it seems like Tyson Fury got more, he got a jolt or a spike of energy when he went down. So I think that's something, I think the fight will, if it's a chess match fight and Joshua ends up dropping Tyson Fury for any time, I think that time is when the fight's actually going to start. Because Tyson Fury is going to want some get back. And then, that's, of course, when other fighters think, oh, it's my time to get this guy out of here if I possibly can. That's what I think is going to happen in that situation. But Otto Vailene didn't have punching power. I don't really know. Otto Vailene is a heavyweight. I would love to see, I can't wait to see him fight Brazil, because I know Brazil does have power. He's just slow as hell. So I love to see that fight. So I would like to see what Otto Vailene does with a slower fighter, because I think he's more stable, stationary enough to land good shots against. So then we'll see if Otto Vailene. It's hard trying to rate. Well, Otto Vailene can't punch. Who the fuck was he fighting? He was fighting Tyson Fury. It's hard to land, the punches that you trained on in the gym against a guy that has defense like that. Counterpunch. So I don't know about his punching power, per se. I actually haven't heard your opinion on who wins AJ versus Fury fight. Who do you think? Star Wars from TV. I don't know yet. Ricky Torre. Fanan, a good news anchor for accurate fight news 24/7. What do you think of that? Good news anchor for accurate fight news 24/7. No, I don't think Fanan fits that particular bill. I think, this is the problem with Fanan and those other guys. I think they should make a disclaimer that this is their opinion. There's a lot of people like Chael Sonnen that hates people or hates on people or opinionated. I'm opinionated, but I let people know this is my opinion versus fact. They want their opinion and want people to believe their opinion based off something non-factual, but they want to treat it as though it's facts. They want to label it as facts, but it's actually their opinion or their desires of what they want to see in the sport or what they feel about a particular fighter. That's their problem. But, that's based on other shit. Okay, so, that's their particular problem with the whole idea. The channels would be just as good if they could speak their opinion. But that's the problem. They base it off fact. But dude, that's bullshit. You're just saying that because you like that fighter. Fair enough. For example, if I really didn't want Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury to happen, what would the first thing I would do to try to deflect that idea or that reality? I would try to feed you guys a narrative that Tyson Fury still has to fight Deontay Wilder or hey, that fight's gonna happen. So no. Skrillin, he's been KO'd twice. It's going to be a barn burner. I got Fury. Johnny Best, what's up, brother? Greetings to you. 100% Jeff Fury does the job. I told him to watch and learn from a real boxing channel and take and take some notes. He might learn something. No, I mean, because with a person like that, okay, that's just like telling a preacher, hey man, the shit you're preaching to your congregation, you need to stop because that shit ain't true. It's been proven that it ain't true, that you're claiming to your congregation. But if that particular preacher or minister or whatever, he won't listen to you because he's comfortable with the idea of the support that the people that he's teaching false doctrine to gives him. In other words, the traffic, the attention, the super chats, the revenue, all that's coming to him by preaching a bunch of bullshit. So even if he did turn around and do that, he might lose, and he might come in danger of losing the people that he's learned to accumulate over the lies and the propaganda and the bullshit that he's given before. So I think that's the problem. So it's hard to go turn around and do the right thing when you've been doing the wrong thing for so long. If that makes sense to everybody or anybody. You think AJ do you think AJ that beat Klitschko has a chance with a prime Lennox Lewis? I don't know. Maybe not. You know, because it would be a good fight. But understand, Lennox Lewis is a guy that probably has one of the best jabs in the sport. Lennox Lewis, the way he placed that jab was flawless. He knew how to place that jab. He knew how to step with that jab. Step just a step over the center line, jab. Step back, jab. Step over that center line, jab, jab, jab. Right hand, left hook, follow with a jab. Lennox Lewis had the speed and the power, and he had the size. His jaw was questionable, but he's in the heavyweight division. What you expect? Somebody 220 plus pounds, punch you the right way. There's a good chance with that amount of velocity behind that punch, you're going to be knocked out too. Don't make you Superman. That's what defense is for. If we had Superman, we wouldn't be worried about defense in the sport of boxing. Counterpunch. Hey Kurt, what do you think about Fury's skills? I think Fury is more about size and speed and not much about skill set. I think he's about all of those. Because the skill set is about how good you are throwing certain punches or landing certain punches or distance. Your style, your habits, that's your skill set. And that comes from experience and training. Well, I think the size and the speed is very important because that's part of the whole package of Fury. Big boss salute, brother. Counterpunch to you. Kurt, go on your Instagram. Copy that. If Fury comes out on the front foot, he needs to watch the hooks and the uppercuts. He needs to watch the hooks and the uppercuts anyway. Cool. I can't wait to check him out. Kurt, what do you think about Michael Coffey? Did you see him last night? Mr. Park, I did. He knocked out The Rock quick. Strong, powerful heavyweight. Another guy that, hey, if you get hit with a punch that man possesses, you better be on your P's and Q's. 12-0, 9 knockouts, no losses, no draws. He fought and knocked out an undefeated fighter within The Rock. I can't remember his wrestling name. I just know they call him The Rock, right? So yeah, he's definitely a guy that you want to see him fight someone like Babbitt. That's if Mauricio Suleiman ain't stole him to his bullshit made-up weight class. So you think the AJ think the AJ that beat Klitschko has a chance against a prime Lennox Lewis. He has a chance, but how good of a chance does he really have? Because, look, Lennox Lewis attacked you, man. He attacked you. He did more than he attacked you. Now, he set shit up. Now, he's a good technician when it came to setting up punches and combinations, but I mean, it still would be a good fight because Anthony Joshua's a scrapper and he's a hard puncher too. Fury knows how to survive. You bet your ass, Andrew. There you go. Mr. Boston. There you go. That's how you do it. Can't send shit to everyone. Kurt, I'm on a truck. I'm a truck driver, and a rig almost killed me this morning. Oh man, Jeff, a good thing you didn't, brother. Got to be careful. Were you driving a truck? Yeah, Fury was drained against Waleed. And that's a danger though. Because Fury trains all the time. Now I know it's different from being in shape and then boxing shape, I get that. But he was training for a fight that never happened. Do you guys think that could be a problem for Tyson Fury? Andre Rodriguez, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Sold out 15,000 in New Zealand. Australia is open for business. Don't be surprised to see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury in the regions that for the gate money. Hey, that could happen. Because you know that's what they'll be going for. And if it's 15,000 seats, well, that would be great. And you know what they'll probably do? They'll probably expand it to make more seats. Saudi is better for UK. Such another the body punch that knocked Wilder down. Appreciate you, brother. Damn battery low. Uh-oh. I wish AJ and Fury fight will be in Singapore. It will be great for Asia. Yeah, you know, Manny Pacquiao did that. That's one thing Bob Arum did, you know, capitalize on. We're going to Macau. Macau, China. Manny Pacquiao is Asian. The Asians love Manny Pacquiao. Let's bring him over. What's up, Kirk? People are thinking that Tyson is going to crush Joshua, but I don't see it. You know, I think that the opinions are 50-50. But this is exactly why these type of dudes could fight, because you just don't have one answer just coming. It's not a lopsided amount of people. If it was that way, we wouldn't even want to see the fight anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like, yo, I mean, you got two skilled fighters, two British fighters, two champions. You know, they know of each other. They sparred each other. They bumped heads in the past. Let's see what happens. Did you see AJ's new YouTube video? It's awesome. No, I didn't. I'll check it out, though. Counterpunch from Scotland. Barry Lee, what's up, brother? Counterpunch from you. Lee Campbell, everything is good, brother. Everything is good. How you doing over there? Shout out from the UK, Mr. DeVille. Fabian Cameron, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Yeah, I'll check out that AJ video. But I've been watching, you know, that I've been watching Tyson Fury lately, though. I'm gonna beat you, my boy. Where are you, AJ? You're chicken. Us in the UK ripping. Absolutely. Who's going to win, AJ versus Fury, in your opinion? I don't have an opinion yet on it. I'm like Marvin from Pulp Fiction. I don't think AJ can stop Fury on cuts. I don't think we need to worry about any of that. Because that's something that unfortunately happened. And I don't really think that happened to Tyson Fury before, right? Especially never to that magnitude. How much improvement do you see from AJ? Still to come, or is he's... Oh, I genuinely think AJ mauls Fury. I genuinely think he will get nasty streak against Fury. Hey, that's why we're here. That is why we're here. Fury hasn't fought an elite combination puncher like Joshua. Klitschko wasn't a combination puncher. Yeah, I want to see what happens when those type of punches are thrown. Coming from that height and that size from Joshua, it's going to be something to see. The screen is clouded. Kenny Bayless see that towel, or he has already waved it off? He already waved it off before he saw the towel. I seen the shit. I was watching him. He didn't see any towel being thrown. He was going to wave that off. This shit is not on me. So Wilder saw the towel before, he didn't, I don't even think that he thought about it like that. Did Kenny Bayless see, what do I understand is this overconfidence from both AJ and Fury? Well, if they're both having overconfidence, they're gonna knock each other out, right? Kenny was in the draft for the first. Wilder would have been won by KO. You're right, I believe that. We would have got him on out of there, definitely. The headbutt is the reason Mosley lost Forrest. No, it is not. At all. That is not the reason that Mosley got beat by Forrest. He got a headbutt, but he got the shit beat out of him. Did he headbutt him in the second fight? No. He got beat then too. Vernon Forrest had his number. He was bigger, taller, stronger, and he did his thing. God bless the dead. I don't know why Lennox is salty these days. I don't know. I have no clue. What did Lennox lose? What did Lennox lose do now? Tyson goes in for it. He throws wide shots, and AJ will have this. Look, it's going to be a good fight. I hope. I hope it's a good fight. I don't care who wins as long as it's a competitive, even brawl, or whoever does whoever to whoever. You know, but I hope they're able to do it convincingly so we won't have any bullshit. We don't need any draws or no shit like that happened before. Lennox Lewis and Ward are top ESPN. Or ESPN. No, Lennox Lewis is Team PBC. He just anti-Joshua. That's what that shit's about. Is any of my enemy my friend or my enemy? Your enemy, motherfucker. But guys, it is time to wrap it up for this particular segment. I'm getting close to location. I'm glad all you guys came on here to enjoy this 40 some odd minutes of counterpunching with me. Everybody stay safe, stay blessed, and everyone has been counterpunched. Peace!